community media center is a place where people can come together, where people can take advantage of their First Amendment rights on the issues of the time. Media Bridges serves all walks of life. Our facility is free of charge to any citizen and any non-citizen as well. The citizenry can take advantage of the public airways, can take advantage of their First Amendment rights, can vent, can address their grievances, can talk directly to the masses. Media Bridges is a nonprofit agency, a 501c3 charitable organization. We definitely need huge quantities of money to keep this building the way it is configured moving forward. Time Warner Cable or Comcast or AT&T or Verizon, these are huge companies that see Media Bridges that just taking up bandwidth that they could be making a profit on. Now it is their responsibility to give back for the public rights of way that they are using, but they don't really see it that way. They see Media Bridges as an impediment to profit.
When Media Bridge closed, it's like an end of a corner, and a very important corner. When you have your local radio station, really stand behind you, you know what I'm saying, it's taken away from any type of artist really trying to get out there, you know what I'm saying, they're trying the best way. And that's why I broadcast my YouTube thing too. So.
Cable access television, and more specifically public education and government access television, or PEG access, is a space on the local cable channels, local cable network, that is reserved as public space. The discourse in our society, political, market, intellectual, philosophical, happens in electronic media. It happens in the internet. It happens on television. It happens on the radio. And in order for the public to be able to participate, all the public, not just those with access to wealth, not just those with access to technology, but for all of the public to be able to speak and communicate and participate in the marketplace of ideas, they have to have access to media. The people we serve already lack a voice in the community. That lack of voice shows up in frustration, crime, the riots of 2001. Those types of outbursts, those types of outbreaks, is the frustration that people feel at not being heard.
Once again, we got the idea from this real famous painting called American Gothic. At the same time, I also promote my artwork. I'm also an artist and an illustrator. Ever since I started getting into Media Bridges, my work started to be well known.
The media so permeates every aspect of our culture. You can't get away from it. You can't think of a place where media can't reach you. It's so influential through advertising on youth, not just youth, adults too. We're all influenced by it on things like what we buy, but on what we vote, on what we know about what's happening in our country and in other countries. The only way we find out about anything in the world is through the media. So if we don't understand how the media works and how these stories are constructed, we get a very, we look at it, we see the world through a very interesting lens, which isn't always clear. My students are varied. And that's part of the beauty of Media Bridges. In one class, you could have a student who is, in school still, like 13, 14 years old. You could have a student who is well past retirement, like grandparents. I've had, especially folks in some digital photography classes that were, in their 70s, but just wanted to learn the new technology. Well, I think when they come in and they ask, what do you do here? And you start talking about the classes, and especially with the summer programs for kids, and they go, and how much does that cost? You say, well, it's free. Their reaction is always, like their eyes kind of bug out, you're kidding. The number of phone calls I get every day for people, wanting programs, requesting programs, and many of them are return requests. I think any time that any of our programs go out into the schools or into the community, it gets great feedback and people want more, and they're always a little disappointed when I can't always give them the programs they want because we don't have a lot of funding already. We don't have unlimited resources. So the thought of this absolutely being gone, and when they make that phone call, no one even answers the phone, I think it would make a huge impact in the community to not have this resource. Okay.